Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm gonna go by the name of Selarom, and this is gonna be my first video, so I hope that you enjoy the content. If so, please comment below, and if I see that you're liking it, I'll make sure to definitely create some more. It's 2022 and I was looking for a game to kind of play as the year starts, and right away WarFrame came into mind. I've played WarFrame before. I think the last time that I stopped playing WarFrame was in 2017, so it has been a while, but man, did I miss it. WarFrame is such a great game. If you never played it, I recommend it. If you're kind of curious about it, I just say go for it. Honestly, it's an amazing game. You're basically a space ninja, and you run around hacking and slashing, shooting, and yeah, just doing all kinds of crazy things. You basically, when you first start the game, you go through the introduction. Definitely the cutscene is different. I really enjoyed that part right away. Definitely made me feel better about coming back, because to me, having played in 2017 and kind of ending my gameplay there for a while, oh man, it definitely made me coming back just feel like a new experience, and I really enjoyed that. So if you're like me, who used to play the game and don't know what to play, maybe give WarFrame a chance again, because along just one of the changes, which was just the intro, was very different, and I think even like the starting zone looks slightly different. But yeah, you wake up and then the first mission is just kind of introducing you to the game, the mechanics, the weapons, because you have a variety of weapons in the game. You have both assault rifles, basically, yeah, just weapons as far as firearms. You have swords and staves and fist weapons and kunai, and you have a lot of choices, honestly. And you get to pick your weapon, and then you keep moving on, and they keep showing you the game. But once you complete the first mission, you get your spaceship right away. And you've been, as far as the story, I don't want to spoil it, I guess, if you never really played the game, but you've been gone for a long time, sleeping, whatever, and your spaceship is has been scavenged by the opposing faction that kind of wakes you up, and they're called the Grenier. And when you get your spaceship, it's not 100%, so that's kind of how the story continues. You gotta kind of rebuild your ship and make it operable for you to do missions. So in the game here, as you see, what I'm doing is running around just completing different missions, and then that's basically how you would earn credits, which is something you use to buy weapons. And besides the platinum is more, you could get it using real money, or again, in different ways in the game. But the credits is basically what you also use for upgrading your warframe, buying weapons, buying blueprints, and eventually you also get mods. And then so you want to upgrade your mods, and in order to upgrade your mods, you have to use credits. And then there's actually a new currency that I didn't know about, or I didn't see back then, and then it's called Endo. I think that's how you say it. And you also need that now for upgrading mods. So again, if you play the game before and you haven't played it recently, that's another type of currency that you will need. What else? There's also companions in the game. So you have different types of companions. You have robotics, right? So they're called sentinels, and the sentinels pretty much just they hover, they fly above you, just follow you, and they have like a laser. That's their primary weapon, and they're handy. They could when you kill mobs, they drop, right? They drop mods, or they drop credits, bullets, ammo, or they drop resources. And if obviously you need resources to progress in the game, as far as building different weapons or upgrading your weapon. So the sentinels are kind of cool because they'll follow you around, kind of shoot a little bit. At times doesn't make a big difference, but they do kind of. One of the mods that you could put on your sentinel is it'll pull the resources, so you don't have to worry about grabbing them. As long as they're within a certain amount of radius, they'll go ahead and they'll pick those up for you. So you could just run around and worry about how you could kill something the cool way. Like you want to jump, dash in midair, and just freaking shoot your bow. You can do that. Then the next one will be your beasts. You have, I think you say Kubros. They're like a canine, honestly. They're your dog in the game, and it's actually well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you'll see them right away as you start the game, and they're just typical attack companion. You can also mod them, and then the cool thing is you can once you unlock them, and you can run around, and once you get one, you could then extract their DNA and hatch a couple more, because they come in an egg, and then you incubate them and you hatch them, and then you can mix DNA and stuff, and then you start making them look a certain way. And yeah, then you have the Kavats. They're like a cat. They're a cat-like creature, and then you actually see those with the Grenier as you progress in the game. They have a certain type of NPCs that come out, and then they actually have both. They have the Kubros and they have the Kavats with them. And then lastly, you have what's called well, in Warframe there's like 3 factions, right? You have that are kind of your enemy. You have the Grenier, which you'll see them right away. Then you have what in the video I'm actually doing missions against them. It's the Corpus, and they are a faction of merchants, and in the game they're greedy, so they sell weapons to anybody, right? And they sell weapons to the Grenier, and a lot of people don't like the Grenier because they like to start wars and take things, so they right away they become your enemies as well. And you also have what's called the infested, and they're pretty much undead. They're undead. They get introduced in the game early on too, and one of the companions is, if you're a kind of newer player, or you start the game, right? You want to play Warframe, and you start the game and you're running around. As you can see, you go play solo, which I play solo mostly. I've always been a solo player in MMOs, which is kind of funny. But you can either play solo and public. So like, let's say you're doing a mission, and if you put your session open for anybody to join, or you to join any session, you'll see like another guy with a different teno slash warframe, and they have like a boil in their neck, or like on their neck. It's pinkish. That's you actually use that to eventually create it into a beast, an infested beast, and it basically just looks like a curvo or a kavat, but it's just more like an undead looking. And then once you see into the video a little later on, you'll see me kind of just hacking and slashing through some undead NPCs. You'll see the way they look, and so that kind of gives you an idea on how your companion is gonna look. As far as weapons, this weapon that you see right now, it's actually it's new. I did it by completing one of the newer missions. Actually, this mission I wasn't familiar. It was very new to me, because there's like this addition they did to the maps, and they have a whole variety of weapons, and that one I had unlocked, and it seemed pretty cool, but I didn't have it leveled up, so that's why it's taking me longer to take down NPCs. But I kind of wanted to touch back on what I was trying to explain earlier. Is so you wake up, and then there's just so much to say about the game that one video is just not gonna cut it. So I do apologize if I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But when you wake up, you complete your mission, you get your ship, and you do your other intro missions. You eventually you're free to, once you complete that, you're free to roam the galaxy, right? And so you're gonna go, and then you start in Earth, you complete those missions, and in order to go to the next planet, you have to complete all the missions in the current planet. And then they actually added something new, that if you are a previous player and kind of stop playing around the same time I did, it's gonna be new to you. It's the junctions. So before, you could just kind of go to any planet, and you knew you weren't gonna you weren't ready by just getting owned the first 30 seconds of you being in that planet. But now is in order for you to progress to the next planet, you have to defeat the junction, which is actually, it's pretty good in my opinion. Definitely lets you know you're ready, and it is kind of easier because they actually give you blueprints as you complete the junction. So they'll give you rewards such as mods and blueprints. It didn't used to be like that, because once you get your ship, it's like good luck, figure it out. It was cool. You kind of had to rely on the community to basically tell you, hey, this is how you do it, or troll you. But yeah, definitely it's easier now, and it's actually within the ship on your codex, right? Once you unlock the segment, because you'll basically unlock segments, and they'll kind of give you a walkthrough super quick about what each segment does. The codex now, I think it has more information than it did before. So now it kind of explains a little bit more about the game. But yeah, so that's how you unlock different planets, and then that's how you progress in the game. And so each planet has like a main faction, right? So you know the Grenier. When you first start, the Grenier, they're on Earth, and then you have the corporates, I think, in what is the next planet? Venus, and then Mercury is I think Grenier again. And so as you progress in the game, you start unlocking the planets, you start unlocking different resources, and you need specific resources to make specific weapons. Like that great sword I have right now, I needed I don't even know honestly, but you can't get it right away. And so as you unlock planets, you start getting different resources. You start then being able to build different weapons. Another thing to think about as you're starting the game, and by now if you're looking at the gameplay and it doesn't make you want to play, I apologize, maybe just not doing a good job. But if I look at this gameplay, man, I just just hacking and slashing with great sword, that looks awesome to me. But yeah, so one thing that you gotta understand is another way to you progress in the game is by rank. I think it took me 10 days because I was doing playing the game, casually to reach rank 4. I think I was almost rank 5 right now, very close to it. And in order for you to rank up is basically you have to level up weapons. So you level up your warframe, you level up your weapon, you reach max level, and then you could obviously have multiple weapons. I think if you go full on free to play, you get like at the start you get like 50 platinum. I would say this because as free to play you do run out of inventory space, and so you can have as many weapons as I did in my character with my character. So you kind of have to be selective, or you can use your platinum. I think it's like 12 platinum for extra available slots. But yeah, so in order for you to kind of also progress in the game and be able to wield different weapons, you need to be a certain rank, and in order to rank up you need to level up your weapons and so on. So that's kind of why right here in this playthrough, I just kind of took that weapon and I was trying to level it up, and then that's my favorite map to level up weapons, my favorite mission, just because if you just take one weapon, you'll be able to level it up pretty quickly. And as you see here, actually, although I'm a big solo player, this one's actually fun both ways because you can challenge yourself and see how many waves you can last in this mission. But solo, but then obviously it's a little bit more fun with other players, just because you get a lot more mobs for each wave. And so there are different missions in the game. This one is called defend, and you basically just have to defend you just have to defend a resource from, in this case, the infested, which are undead, and just be able to last the waves. And so as each wave progress, it just keeps getting harder and harder to eventually, you see there we were on wave 10. It goes up by 5. I've been able to solo up to wave 25. But there's also as the waves progress, it's not just more NPCs, it's actually more higher levels. It's higher levels, so it does get harder. Another thing I wanted to talk about actually is now in the video is you also have what's called an arc wing, and once you unlock the arc wing, as you can see, you're able to fly in space, man. Like right here, I'm going through just flying around a map, and it's basically a freaking destroyed spaceship from the Corpus, and I'm playing extermination mission, which is just find a certain amount of enemies and just kill them to you, which in this case 69 enemies, and then you're basically done. But WarFrame has a lot of fun things to do, and then I kind of played the Arcwing a little bit back in 2017, but as you can see I'm not very good at controlling it, so hopefully I could get better as I keep playing it. Just real quick, there was 2 things that were added in Earth. I did play it, 2 maps, and I can't remember the name of the one on Earth. I can't think about it right now. And then but for I think it's either I think it's Mercury. It's one of the corporate maps, planets. They also did like an addition called Fortuna, and then that's an addition to the game that I didn't get to play back then. So it's just another thing to do in the game. So I do plan on making a little bit more videos, mostly more focused on tutorials and how to help new players who kind of haven't figured it out yet, how to progress a little bit more heavily in the game, just progress a little faster. Or if you're a new player, or not a new player, but somebody who's thinking about playing Warframe and you kind of want to get an idea of what to expect, kind of want to make videos for that, just to, hey, here's the first, however many hours you can do this and get to a certain point where you're gonna feel like you're a freaking badass. And if you want to do solo stuff, you can, and if you don't, then you're definitely gonna be not looking like a noob. So yeah, I definitely want to make videos, just because, again, there's just so much to the game, and I already talked longer than I wanted to. So there's a lot of things to explain, but definitely something I want to do, just kind of show you how to get to mid-tier and some of the things that you can do. Weapons that I would recommend, warframes that I would recommend you start with, and I could do that right now real quick. So Excalibur, he's my favorite to start with, but again, I wouldn't recommend starting with Excalibur, just because you can basically get Excalibur and the other character, the other Warframe mag, fairly quickly. I could probably get them maybe within the 3rd day if you really focus on progression, because you can unlock all the other planets fairly fast if you focus, because the game I did notice the game kind of distracts you with, they want you to check out the new addition they did for the Earth. I keep forgetting the name of the little town or city they created. And then also in Fortuna, they want you to do quests there, and I forget if you need that, because when you're doing junctions, in order for you to progress to the next map, you have to complete the requirements to even go to the junction, or else you can't finish. You can't go to the junction, and you can't fight the Guardian. And so there's definitely things that you can do as far as in order to progress a little bit quicker. And then things that I would recommend, just kind of don't waste your time too much yet, until you're like rank 5 or 6, and then yeah, go ahead and do all that side stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, I already kind of went over everything that I kind of wanted to say as far as me coming back and being a little surprised that the game does feel different. And I don't think there's much gameplay left, but if you like the video, please feel free to give a like, and then comment if there's anything that I missed. If you're like a seasoned player and you're watching the video, and I said something that wasn't right, feel free to correct me. But I would like to thank you all for watching. Please let me know if you do like the content. I could definitely make more videos. Again, very interested in making just some introduction videos, and it just again, just kind of how to progress in the game faster. But I'll leave it at that, and then I'll let the rest of the video play. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a good one.
But please do look around. I only ask you be gentle with the collection. The displays are quite valuable, quite rare, and some may still be armed.
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Me too.